As you know, Jorge, we are not alone. You know, people with a weight problem, it's really becoming an epidemic,
Yeah.
and we know that there's not just one reason, As I told you, my struggle was that the doctors always told me, and I was taught in medical school, if you have an issue with your weight, just eat less and exercise more. They made it so simple. But we know it is way more complex like that. So we know, as I said, unlocking the secret of permanent weight loss is to look for the underlying reason. Anyone that has a weight problem, my assumption is that they're already trying, they're already eating clean, they're already exercising. But they come in with so much shame and blame because they have tried everything and it didn't work. Because the approach was wrong, because the diagnosis was wrong. All the patients that come here understand that insulin resistance is real. It is actually genetic. So you typically are going to find, we're going to talk about that more, that's why I can say it's not my fault. I did not become overweight like this because I didn't know what to do. I was a doctor. I knew to exercise and know how to eat right. But why it is that I was walking around with 40, almost half of my body was fat? It's because the underlying problem was not addressed. Understand, being overweight can cause arthritis, asthma, anxiety. You can have pain. You can have cancer, chronic fatigue, depression, diabetes or prediabetes, heart problems. You can have premature death, infertility problems, even stroke. So having, 30 to 40% of our population, 1 in 3 people, they say, kids is about 30 to 40% in adults. Our obesity rate is easily 75%. These are the diseases that are going to come and cause early death. So again, if you're looking for someone that understands that eating right and exercising, you still have an issue with your weight, well, there is an underlying problem. And I am the one that want to help you recognize what that problem is and then treat that underlying problem so that we can get you to a normal weight and a normal percent body fat. I also want to make a point that as a doctor that can write for almost any medication on a prescription pad, I have a new respect for food. Food is the most powerful drug that you can ever put in your body.
Wow.
And that starts just from the smell of food. As soon as you smell food, you already have certain enzymes that are working and so on to break down that food even before it enters your mouth. Once it enters your mouth, oh my God, the myriad of pathways and so on that are all unlocked. It's really important that you have a physician that understands that and has a respect for food, because we can use food as medicine to heal disease. That's what I'm going to do for you today. That's what I did for myself 13 years ago. So I'm excited to get on the journey.